Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make this really pretty macrame plant hanger that hangs on a birch branch. This has been quite highly requested over on my Instagram, so if you'd like to comment more things that you'd like me to make, you can find my Instagram link in the description box. So I'm just going to use this really pretty eucalyptus cord by Bobany, which I'll have linked in the description box. I love this cord, it's such a pretty green. It's coming across a bit blue on camera, but it's a really lovely minty green. So I've got a 15cm length birch branch here, but you could use a dowel or anything of your choice. So I've got 8 lots of 160cm lengths of cord. Got 6 lots of 10cm lengths of cord for the tassels. Got one 40cm length of cord for the wrapping knot at the end. And then one 65cm length of cord for the hanging cord. So you need some scissors, comb or a wire brush, and I'll have a wire brush linked down below. They're really handy for macrame, and if you don't have one already, I really recommend picking one up. So let's get started. First off, I'm just taking my branch and then taking one of the 8 lots of 106cm cord, and I'm just splitting it in half. We're going to be attaching it using a lark's head knot. I'm just taking the midway point over the branch like this and then behind. And then I'm going to pass these 2 cords through the loop there. And you can just pull that to the top to tighten it. And that's a lark's head knot. So we're going to do that with the 7 other cords. Like so. I'm going to make it so there's 2 groups of 4, so they're sort of evenly spaced out like so. So I'm just going to be working on one section at a time. So I've just got one section, this one on the left, and then I'm splitting that into 2 groups of 4 cords. We're going to be creating a square knot. So I'm taking the 4th cord on the right here and I'm taking it over the cords. This first cord on the left is going to go over that cord. Behind the middle 2 cords. And it's going to come up from behind and through this loop here. And then I'm just going to tighten that to the top of my work. Now it's time to create the other half of the square knot. So the cord on the left will go over the middle 2 cords. And the cord on the right will come over that one, behind the middle 2 cords. And then from behind it will come through this loop here. So you can just pull that to the other half of the square knot, and then that is one square knot complete. So we're just going to repeat that on the other group of cords that's in this set. Just like that. So now we're going to create one more square knot in the middle of these 2. So we're just going to take the 2 cords from either side away. We're not going to use them, we're just going to use the 4 middle cords to create one more square knot. Just like that. So now we're going to create rows of double clove hitch knots. So I'm taking this cord on the right, the last cord, I'm taking the cord next to it and I'm bringing that cord up and over, and then from behind it's going to come through this loop here. And just pull that to the top of the work to secure it, and then repeat once more on the exact same cord. So it comes up over, from behind, and then through that loop. And then that is one double clove hitch knot. So I'm just going to repeat this until I hit the middle cord of the last square knot. Just like that. So now we can do that exact same process on the other side. So I'm taking this first cord here, angling it down towards the right, and then I'm going to take the second cord, I'm going to bring it up and over, behind, and then through the loop. And again we're repeating once more on the same cord, so each cord you do this twice. And now we need to join the two cords together. So to do this, I'm going to do one double clove hitch knot going towards the right. So now we're just going to continue this line down at this same angle until we have hit the last cord. It's a really easy plant hanger once you get the hang of the knots, because it's just a few of the same knots over and over again, and it looks really pretty and intricate. So now we need to create the line going towards the left. So I'm going to count in 4 cords and take the 4th one and angle it down towards the left and create another row of double clove hitch knots, going at that same angle so that it's a continuous line. And now we're going to create a square knot in the middle, so I'm just taking the 2 end cords out of the way and using the 4 middle cords to create one square knot, exactly the same as we did before. And now to finish off this diamond shape, we're going to close it using rows of double clove hitch knots. So I'm taking the first cord, angling it down towards the right and creating one row until I hit the middle cord of the square knot. Just like that, and then we can repeat that on the last cord going towards the left. Now to close the 2 together, I'm going to do one going towards the left, so it's one continuous line from the top, as you can see, following my finger. And I'm going to continue this line going down towards the left. Then again, I'm counting 4 from the right and taking that 4th cord and making a row of double clove hitch knots going down towards the right. And then we can just close this shape. We're just leaving the middle empty, as that's where we're going to attach the tassels. So to continue this zigzag line here, I'm just going to do one going towards the right to secure the 2 cords together. And it's that simple. So now I'm just going to repeat the exact same on the other side, but mirroring that zigzag line, so the zigzags mirror each other. Just like this, perfect, and maybe mirror each other symmetrically. And now we can attach the 2 tassels. But first off, we need to comb them out. So I'm just splitting the 6 cords of 10 centimeters into 2 groups of 3, and I'm just going to comb them out. It's up to you if you comb them out, but I really love the fluffy texture it makes. So this wire brush really splits the cords really quickly. So now that we've got our 2 tassels all combed out, we can attach them to the plant hanger. These are optional, they're just jewelry pliers, but I find it helps me pull the tassels through the cord, but you don't necessarily need them. So I'm just taking one of the tassels, and I'm going to come in from the middle underneath this 2nd cord here with my jewelry pliers, or you can just use your fingers. And I'm going to just grab part of the tassel and pull it through like so. So now I'm just going to come in from the middle again and go underneath the 3rd cord now. And I'm bringing this over from the left to the right, like so, and then I'm just clamping it and pulling it through, or you would just pull it through with your fingers. So it's as easy as that to attach the tassels, and you can see it has a really nice, a full fluffy tassel look as we combed out all the cords. So now I'm just going to do that exact same process on the other side. Now I'm just going to comb them out so I can cut them nice and evenly. Just like that. My tassels measured around 4 centimeters long. So now it's time to create the part where your plant is going to sit. So I'm just laying all the cords out flat and evenly. And I'm going to measure about 10 centimeters down from the side of the diamond shape. So I'm splitting the cords now into 4 groups of 4 cords, like so, and we're just going to create a row of square knots at about 10 centimeters down. And now, like before, we can take the end 2 cords out and create a row of 3 square knots in the middle. Now we can just bring in the end 2 cords again. And we're going to hold them in our hands like this, and then we're going to flip them into the middle. So the outer 2 cords will now become the middle 2 cords, and create a square knot at the exact same height as the second row. So now if you hold it all together, you can kind of see where your plant would sit. So now we're grabbing our 40cm length of cord, and we're going to create a wrapping knot to secure where your plant will sit. So I'm just grabbing all the cords like this, bunching them up in my hands, and then I'm just going to take my cord, have a small tail at the top like this, and a loop at the bottom like that. So small tail and the loop, and then I'm just taking the longer piece and wrapping it around all of the cords quite tightly so it will secure them all in place. So you can see I've still got this small tail at the top and the loop at the bottom. And then keep wrapping until you've done about 4 or 5 wraps to make it nice and secure. And then we're going to take the long tail, and we're going to push it through the loop here. And you can gently hold that in place, and then you can pull on the top tail at the top and it will secure your cord in place. So pull it until it's about halfway through your knot. You don't want to pull it all the way through as it will undo the knot. Then you can just snip off the excess from that knot. And now we can just trim our plant hanger. So I like to just trim mine to about 10 centimeters. And now all that's left to do is attach the hanging cord. So I'm taking a 65cm length of cord, and I'm just simply going to attach this using a standard double knot on either side. And then I'll probably add a dab of fabric glue just to secure that so it doesn't fall off. Then I'm just measuring out how long I want my plant hanger to hang, and then attaching it to the other side using a double knot. I'm just snipping off the excess cord from that. And that's the plant hanger complete. So now all that's left to do is go and grab a little plant and hang it up and enjoy. So I really hope you like this plant hanger. It's something different, one on a branch. Normally all of my ones are either on a wooden hoop or I create the hoop out the cord. I'll have my plant hanger playlist linked in the iCards here for you to check out. I have lots of plant hangers available. And if you do recreate this, please be sure to tag me on Instagram at LunaCraftsOnline. I'd really love to see what colours you use or what branch you use. You could even do the tassels in a different colour, which would look really pretty. If you could subscribe, like or comment, that would really help me out. I can't believe how quick my channel is growing and how much support you guys give me. I'm really appreciative of it all, and I hope you have a lovely week. Bye!